Panther and Darren Bob.
Damn.
Hey, Kyler, good to see you. We've asked so much about getting to know DeAndre Hopkins on the football field, but I was curious outside of that, even in just his short time with the Cardinals, he's made his own contract. He was part of the league video about Black Lives Matter. He has a cool sense of fashion. So what have you learned about him outside of football?
What have I learned about him? Oh man. I mean, I haven't like met his family or anything like that. But as far as just being around him, like I told y'all, we kind of hit it off. When he came out to Dallas, it's kind of a natural connection. Chatted it up at we went to Top Golf, hung out. He's just a real genuine dude. Loves to joke around, but when it's time to go, all about business, especially on the field. All he wants to do is win. No matter, obviously he's playing very well. Obviously he's getting a lot of catches, but I think if he wasn't, getting all the targets as well, he'd think he'd still be the same guy. No, he's a great dude.
Kyler, speaking of DeAndre and some of his yards after the catch, obviously he's got to get open to get the catch in the first place. But I'm just wondering, are you surprised at all with the amount of productivity he's had after the ball's in his hands and getting the ball down the field like that?
No, I don't. I'm really not. I think when you watch his highlights before he got here, a guy that everybody obviously says, oh, he's not a 4-3 guy, this and that or whatever. He catches the ball, he makes stuff happen, and he's done that his whole career. So he catches contested catches. He creates separation. If there isn't really that much separation, he can catch any ball thrown to him. So it's hard to stop a guy like that. But he's very, to his credit, he's very slippery after the catch.
Kyler, when it comes to operating in the pocket, I know you can extend plays at any time, but staying in the pocket, what kind of things have you looked at on tape that you need to fix or are eager to exploit?
As far as like the last game, or
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't think we played. I don't think we played bad. I think the interceptions or the turnovers kind of put us in a hole, especially given good field position. But as far despite those, I feel like we moved the ball well. I think we continue to shoot ourselves in the foot. I think that's kind of been the story of the last 3 games is we put ourselves in a hole, capitalize when we kind of need to, but obviously this one kind of caught up with us, and you can't do that in the NFL. You got to put teams away when you can. Obviously it's tough to win any game when you turn the ball over.
Next up, Josh Kyle Kent.
Hey, Kyler, what's it like working with Cliff when you guys are game planning and he gives you the flexibility to throw plays out, and he's okay with that? And what's that process like?
I mean, obviously, I think it's a very quarterback-friendly offense. He played quarterback, so he understands, what the QB goes through. If you're not comfortable with a certain play, not to call it, stuff like that. But I mean, for the most part, usually, I don't usually tell him. I don't usually throw any plays out just because I'm confident in the way we can execute. Anything that's called. So.
Kyler, after your rushing exploits in those first 2 weeks, do you feel like teams might try to make you beat them from the pocket? And even despite you being a dual threat, it seems like you do take a lot of pride in being able to be that pocket passer. How much confidence do you have in that aspect of your game?
Yeah, I don't. I don't think the first 2 weeks I was going out there trying to run or anything. Like I said, it just kind of happens. If that's what I would rather do, I'd rather sit in the pocket honestly, and not have to get out and do those deals. But that's just kind of what if the opportunity presents itself, then I have the capability to do that outside the pocket. But yeah, I mean, I'm more than capable of just sitting in there and operating from the pocket.
Yeah, Kyler, high school football in Arizona starts pretty much this Friday. And I was wondering, looking back at your experience in high school, other than 40-something wins and 3 state championships, what do you think you'll carry with you for the rest of your life? What about that experience will stick with you?
You know, being in high school, you know, and all the guys that were in college, played in the NFL, would come back and say, you know, it's the best time of their life is playing high school football with their friends that they grew up with. And although I moved to Allen, some of my best friends that I still talk to today, you know, my closest friends, were on those teams. So the time flies as soon as you leave high school. And you know, for me personally, if I could, I'd go back in a heartbeat, just because it was that much fun. You know, it's a time that you'll never get back, and you know, that's kind of where it all starts. So I think those kids should cherish every second of it.
Next up, Catherine Jess Craig.
Hey, Kyler, what stands out to you the most about this Panthers defense, particularly when they've changed so much since last year?
Yeah, obviously, new coach, new scheme. We just really got to be ready for, you know, multiple looks, especially for us. I think that's kind of a thing. You know, we kind of got 2 similar looks the first 2 weeks, and then this week we had a little switch up, and you know, we weren't as detailed, weren't as sharp as we should have been. And I think, you know, this week will be another test for, you know, multiple looks, different fronts, and, you know, zone coverage. We just got to be ready to be precise, be accurate, and take what they give us.
Hey, Kyler, kind of following up, are there any particular challenges that you see in the Carolina defense in the face? And secondly, with the running game, Chase and Kenyon have been productive overall in the running game, but haven't quite had those big explosive plays from them yet. What's missing? Have they been close, and what's missing for that to happen?
Your first question, I mean, obviously, is the NFL. Every weekend is a test. Any given Sunday, you can be beat. So I don't overlook any opponent. I don't think anybody on our team should. But as far as Chase and KD goes, I mean, very versatile backs. I think really, as far as I think our offense is so talented, and what we're doing right now, as far as passing the ball, it's just flow of the game type of deal. Obviously, I'm sure, you know, they could both use some more carries here and there, but that's just the way the game goes. And you know, they're very unselfish guys, so they're not complaining about it or anything like that. As long as we win, I think everybody's happy, and that's the way it should be.
Kyler, you talked about the offense shooting itself in the foot here early. Is that part of not having OTAs and a limited training camp, no preseason games? What's the reason, do you think?
I don't want to make any excuses. I don't think that's the reason. Obviously, you know, that plays a factor into it. You know, not really having, you know, preseason games and stuff like that, jumping right into it. But for the most part, I think we just got to lock in and, you know, like I said, be more precise about things, be more accurate, attention to detail, everything of that nature. I think we just got to hone in on those details, and, you know, stop shooting ourselves in the foot, stop going backwards. Because if we don't go backwards, I think it's, you know, pretty obvious that we've got the guys and you know, got the explosiveness to, you know, obviously put defenses on their heels.
We'll wrap it up with Bob.
Tyler, when you are at or in the red zone, are you looking to possibly run more often at those junctures, just because it seems like your touchdown runs have been from that area?
No, last game was designed. Redskins was designed. Both of those were designed. 49ers wasn't. You know, that was a pass play. It just kind of broke down. So for me, like I said, it's all flow of the game. You know, all instincts, nothing. I'm just, you know, really me personally. When I drop back, if it's there, it's there. If it's a call design run, try to execute the play as best I can.
Thanks a lot, Kyler. We appreciate it. DeAndre's up next.
Thanks, Kyler.